Man, YouTube, I'm back with another banger video. Today we're going over this trade recap. Right, today we took a couple L's. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We took a couple L's. Not every, this part of the game. Not every strategy is 100% winning. I feel like today wasn't even my fault. It was just, I feel like it was me. I feel like I can only blame myself, not even a strategy. Because strategy does work, guys. Let's hop into the 1 minute and see what happened. So I marked out pre-market lows right here, pre-market lows and pre-market highs, and also these blue lines are like the next draw on liquidities, pretty much. Like, let's say we break this high, I expect price to hit this target on liquidity, then I expect to hit this next target price. You get the point. And right here we hit it. Right here we hit it too again. All right, but I wasn't expecting it to just rip like that, honestly. So boom. Let's go to the setup. Market's open. 1 minute chart. See this fair value gap. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even notice this play at market open. I don't even look at market open for real. So boom, I just was waiting for this. Boom. I entered a short here. Wait, where did I enter the short at? Cause I got class around here. I remember I took a short off of something, bro. Oh yeah, I took a short around here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and it just went the other way on me. And one of these trades, bro, move stop here to de-risk. Alright, it was probably something over here. No, it wasn't over here, was it? It could have been. I'm not gonna lie, I think it was this trade right here. Because once price started to come here, I'll put my stop to like right here. Just because I was like, bro, there's no way, there's no reason for it to even hit VWAP again. Right? Because I just seen how much it break. I thought it was going to just rip to the bottom right here. Which obviously did not happen. We did not get a full 1 and 2. We got just shy of a 1 to 1. That's when I should have put my stop to break even. Looking back at it, should have went to break even. But we just learned from this. I think I took another short position somewhere around here. And it just didn't work for me, I seen this candle wick down here. I thought shorts was the play, and then it just went against me, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I took a couple losses here. Then I decided I'm gonna just stop watching the markets. After I seen these fair value guys get inverse, I'm thinking, okay, markets flip bullish. This fair value guy gets inverse. As you can see, we started to go up. Didn't even go up all the way. We actually go inverse it again, and then break it again, and then drop down again. So it was just pretty bad, like price movement. Right, I seen this and I was like, bro, I don't want to force a trade. I always already losing trades. So I was like, bro, it's looking pretty bad. So I was just chilling, watching the market, just waiting for a setup because I realized market never really swept liquidity at all. It never swept the pre-market thing. So that's another mistake I made. I should have waited for it to at least swept liquidity so I had a bias on the day. Right here, I was just guessing for real. Especially with the news lately, the market's in like a unpredictable state in a way. So as you can see, we finally sweep the liquidity. Price turns bullish, so I'm like, okay, let's watch the markets, right? Boom, these are some bearish fair value gaps that end up getting inversed. If I paid attention to this closely, I may have caught it, right? Because you see this fair value gap, boom, price comes in, rejects it, then strong candle inverses it, and then what happens to this candle? Taps in, and then you would have got a nice long entry right here, nice little entry right here for a nice 1 to 2. But I did not notice that. I was focused on this fair value. I was still thinking the market was bearish. Not sure why. But yeah. I just seen how we were trading inside of this gap. And then, I was like, you know what? We're going to inverse this fair value gap. I took the long around here. And we were at VWAP too. So I was thinking we are going to break VWAP. So boom, we take the longs. We tap into this zone. And, we ended up getting stopped out. We did not end up getting our full TP at 1 to 2. I was not monitoring my position when I reached it here. It was probably a 1 to 1. Yeah. I could have went break even right there, and this would not have been a losing trade. But this is just part of the process, guys. I had to deal with it. I had to realize not every day is going to be a winner. And, things can happen. As you can see, the market did continue to go up. And even here, we took the shorts just for a long time. So should have took the shorts a little bit later. It would have printed. It's all right. Yeah, as you can see, this area is very strong for selling pressure. And then market just started to rip up. On first glance, I don't really see any fair value gaps for real. We are on the 1 minute, so be aware that we are on the 1 minute. As y'all lines VWAP, I realized I kind of missed the VWAP on my thingy majiggy. That could be a sign. But yeah, this was just price action. It was just really nothing today. We swept this liquidity, and I guess we made a higher. We made a high, then we made a higher low, then we made a higher high. So yeah, we switched bullish and we swept the upside liquidity. Tapped into this fair value gap, and that was the real play that we should have took, because we did in fact sweep this liquidity. There's no fair value gaps. Wait, do I see one? Yeah, there's this fair value gap here, but I kind of don't see, like, yeah, you can see price come here and then just reject it. So this fair value gap is not very valid. Okay. And then we see price come up to here, no fair value gaps, no fair value gaps, no fair value gaps, no fair value gaps, no fair value gaps over here, guys. 5 minute. Well, on the 5 minute, you know what I'm saying, 130, we see the setup right here. Normally, I'm not really watching the charts, especially after those losses. I would just stop watching the charts. Honestly, I just stopped watching the charts. Real spill. We would have easily hit 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Let's hop into the 1 minute, see if there was any setups. There's definitely some setups on the 1 minute that I missed out on. Like, look at that setup right here. Oh, this is the one in the 5 minutes. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. You mixed the 5 minute in with the 1 minute for the entries, you would have perfect entries right here. Like, instead of me entering on this candle up here, you could have entered right here. We just went from a 1 to 3 to a 1 to 5. That's the importance of time frames and knowing how to utilize them to your advantage, guys. Yeah, so see you here. We'll be looking for bullish fair value gaps, and we do not see any fair value gaps. We only take this trade because it was an inverse bearish fair value gap, and we're about to break VWAP. So, boom, price came up to here, 1 to 1. Would have went break even trade. That's the worst case scenario if we followed our rules. Okay, so that's one thing we got to work on, is setting our break evens to 1. So when it's 1 to 1, setting our stop loss to the break evens. Because this was an unnecessary loss. This was a very ignorant loss, because we did not even wait for a liquidity sweep. We try to predict the markets. Now looking back, this is a higher lows. We're making higher lows right here. But these fair value guys just look so nice. Like, I feel like this setup was the real play. You just gotta catch these. That's the only problem, trying to catch these setups right here. You know what I'm saying? You can't get the perfect setup. Like, you just get a perfect 2 to 1 like that. You know? I think this is SPY. Did I take any other trades? No, I don't think so. I know I marked out a couple of places. Like, yeah, look. Swept the pre-market highs. There's bearish fair value gaps. Boom. Price that's in the bearish fair value gap. Would have took the short. Perfect play. And we break the VWAP. This is nice. This is a nice play right here, guys. But we are planning on using funded accounts, not personal. So I really should only be looking at the futures, but I kind of want to just, like, perfect the strategy. You know what I'm saying? Or other stocks that I look at. What you want? What you want from me? Swept the high side liquidity. This low-key was a break. Not gonna lie, looking at this was low-key a break. Market breaks up, taps in. What a sculpt, a quick long. Came back down though. Double top, not a good sign. And versus this fair value gap, probably would have exited my position. Not gonna lie. You know, this is just very choppy a little bit. Like, there's no way you could know these things, you know. But yeah, I'm out, guys. This is the last video. I don't know why I'm tired. I think I know why I've been gooning in the morning. I'm gonna probably stop gooning, and I shouldn't be as tired no more.